we'll get to the other AFC wildcard game in just a sec, but I want to reveal the answer to the first trivia question for part 1 of the podcast of this double podcast. Excuse me. Which NFL team features a helmet logo on only one side of their helmet? And if you said the Pittsburgh Steelers, you are correct. The Pittsburgh Steelers are the only NFL team who have their logo on only one side of their helmet. In 1962, the team was not sure how their new logo would look on their helmet then, solid gold helmets. They decided to test out the logo on just one side of the helmet. The attention that decision attained, as well as the record-setting 95 season, made the logo's placement permanent even after the team switched to solid black helmets. And now we'll have the second trivia question in just a little bit. But right now, I want to get back to what I was talking about. Where I told you about the Bills and Texans, and I feel the Texans are going to get the win in that one. Because with these AFC wildcard games, one team will get the win, one team will end their season. The Tennessee Titans will take on the New England Patriots, who are playing a wildcard game for the first time since 2002, or 2012, excuse me. And at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. And kickoff is at 8:15 on CBS. And for the Texans and Bills game, that's at 4:35 on ESPN. And I really feel the Patriots are going to get the win in this one. I really do. I don't think Tennessee's going to come away with the win in this one. But we'll see. Anything can happen. And on Sunday for the NFC wildcard games, which will be on Sunday, the Minnesota Vikings will take on the New Orleans Saints at Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Louisiana kickoff is at 1:05 on Fox. And I feel I'm going to go with the Saints on this one because they're playing in New Orleans and they're tough at home. And in the other NFC wildcard game, the Seattle Seahawks will take on the Philadelphia Eagles at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Kickoff is at 4:40 on NBC. And I'm going to go because Philadelphia is tough at home. I am actually, even though they're playing it, I'm going to go with the Eagles in this one because they are tough at home. I am going to go with the Eagles. So we will see what happens with these games this weekend, and I will do my picks for them probably tomorrow, and I will probably recap the AFC ones on Saturday because I'm not going to be available during the day to do a pregame show, but I will recap it on Saturday night. And now we're going to turn it over to college football. I'll talk about the Fiesta Bowl and the games from yesterday in just a sec. But right now it's time for the second trivia question in part 2 of this double podcast. And it's a college football trivia question, with it being bowl day yesterday. And there's one from today as well, and one that's still going on right now. Which school is termed as the Mecca of college football in South Bend? And I will have the answer later in the podcast, later in this part 2 of this podcast. Well, yesterday and today and all of last week and the weekend before that, it's been bowl day, college football bowl day. But I have the ones from yesterday. But we're going to start with one that was last weekend on Saturday the 28th. The Ohio State Buckeyes unfortunately lost to the Clemson Tigers 29-23 at University of Phoenix Stadium in Phoenix, Arizona. Excuse me. You can blame the refs for this, but there were just too many mistakes. But the refs made some bad calls as well, and so Clemson really down the end. It will be Clemson and LSU because they beat Oklahoma in the Outback Bowl, and in the Cotton Bowl, excuse me. They beat them on that. That was the it was the Cotton Bowl, and they will be in the with Clemson and LSU will be in the in the Peach Bowl, excuse me. LSU will beat Oklahoma in the Peach Bowl, so it will be Clemson and LSU in the national championship game next Monday. It will be on Monday. It will be on that game. Now the ones from today, the Minnesota Golden Glovers beat the Auburn Tigers 31-24 at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. And this was close, but Minnesota came away with the win in this one. The Alabama Crimson Tide beat the Michigan Wolverines at Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida, 35-16. Michigan just never stood a chance in this game, and they looked good in the early going, but Alabama just had their number on this one. In the granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl at Rose Bowl Stadium in Pasadena, California, the Oregon State Ducks beat the Wisconsin Badgers by 28-27 in this one. And boy, this was close, but Oregon prevailed in this one, and I got to give credit to where credit is due, and you got to give credit to Oregon. In the Nokia Sugar Bowl last night, the Georgia Bulldogs beat Baylor 26-14 at Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, and Baylor had a chance, but they just could not. And Georgia just had their number, and came away with the win. Excuse me. And today in the Birmingham Bowl, Boston College beat Cincinnati. Excuse me, beat Boston College. Cincinnati Bearcats beat them 38-6 at Legion Field. That's where they beat them, and which is in also in I think it was Florida, which is in Florida, I believe. Check me if I'm wrong, but I gotta give credit to where credit is due, and that is to where it's Cincinnati. They just dominated, and Boston College never stood a chance in this game. And the Indiana Hoosiers are beating Tennessee 19-9 right now. It's in the fourth quarter, and that is I believe that is I think it's no, that's the spot. I think it's I can't remember what bowl game it is, but I know they're beating them, and it's in the fourth quarter. Excuse me, and I do apologize for that. That is very embarrassing. I am not happy with that, but I do apologize. And those are some of the games from yesterday and today, and there were just so many bowl games, and they were great games. Some of them were great, some were blowouts, more better than others, and but that's just a kind of a wrap on the bowl games for yesterday and almost for today. And I'm going to go over all of the NFL scores right now because I didn't get a chance to do that. And I was 9-6 on my picks this week, and I wasn't able to get my brother-in-law's picks, and I'm sorry about that. But the Tennessee Titans upset the Houston Texans at LP Field in Tennessee, 35-17, and I got to give it to Ryan Tannehill, the game ball. And as you know, the Cincinnati Bengals beat the Browns 33-23. And Andy Dalton and Joe Mixon got the game balls for that one. The Chicago Bears beat the Minnesota Vikings 21-19 at US Bank Stadium in Minnesota. And I got to give it to Mitch Trubisky. I got to give the game ball to him. The Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Indianapolis Colts in their season finale, 38-20, at Everbank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. And I have to give credit to, I got to give it to the game balls to Gardner Minshew II and Leonard Ferrante. I got to give it to them. The Atlanta Falcons beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 28-22 in their season finale. And I got to give it to Matt Ryan, the game ball. The Dallas Cowboys all over the Washington Redskins. It was 47-13, the final in that one. And that was, Washington has never stood a chance. And they've got a few coaches, and they have possibilities for their new head coaching position. But I have to give the game balls to Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. The New Orleans Saints wallop the Carolina Panthers 42-10 at Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. And I got to give it to Drew Brees. I have to give it to him, the game ball. Excuse me. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the New York Giants 34-17 in their season finale. And I got to give it to Carson Wentz, the game ball. He gets the game ball this time. The New York Jets beat the Buffalo Bills at MetLife Stadium in New York 13-6. And I got to give it to Sam Darnold and Le'Veon Bell, the game balls. The Miami Dolphins upset the New England Patriots. And Tom Brady, who I don't think is going to be back at the Patriots next year because he's a free agent, 27-24. At Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. And I got to give it to Ryan Fitzpatrick. I have to give the game ball to him. The Baltimore Ravens beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in their season finale, 28-10. And I got to give it to Lamar Jackson, Mark Ingram, and Mark Andrews. They get the game balls. The Green Bay Packers beat the Detroit Lions at Ford Field in Detroit, 23-20. And I got to give it to Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, and Devontae Adams, excuse me. I do apologize for that. My apologies. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the LA Chargers 31-21 in their season finale. And the Chargers had a chance and they just could not capitalize on it, so I got to give it to Patrick Mahomes III and Tyreek Hill. I have to give the game balls to them. The LA Rams beat the Arizona Cardinals in their season finale, 31-24. And I got to give it to Jared Goff, the game ball. The Denver Broncos beat the Oakland Raiders by 16 to 15, and I got to give it to Phil Lindsay and Dave Orr. I got to give it to him. And the San Francisco 49ers beat the Seattle Seahawks in the final Sunday night game of the season. In their season finale, 26-17, and Jimmy Garoppolo. Have to give the game ball to him. So that's a wrap of Week 17, and that's just about going to do it for this double podcast of Scott Sports 101. And I'll be back with a recap of the AFC wildcard games on Saturday night, and I'll be back with a pregame show for the NFC wildcard games on Sunday. And but until then, Happy New Year, and let's make 2020 the best year ever. And always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.